Yeah.
I need to be talked off of the ledge. Everyone knows by now I'm a huge Steelers fan. Like, that's my team. I'm riding with my team, all the things. I also am nitpicky, and I will pick and prod and all the things.
I guess today I'll be moonlighting as a therapist, but
Yes.
when I'm not in therapy mode, I'm a retired 9-year NFL veteran. Spent 4 years with the Pittsburgh Steelers from 2014 through 2017, the Killer Bee era. And yeah, man, had a ton of fun. Obviously, man, throughout my time here, won a lot of games, man, got close to a championship, AFC championship, but as a whole, man, still love everything black and gold. And like you said, man, around the clock doing content on it, and that's shown through YouTube and everywhere else. So yeah, excited to be here with you though. So let's do this. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Appreciate you again taking some time to jump on the channel, and appreciate the opportunity for letting me jump on your channel as well.
Absolutely.
Like I said, we will do this again in the future, but
Hi. Oh my gosh.
What's up? What's up?
That said May 6th. We're what? We're like how many months from that? 7 months? From our
Something
first
like
recording
that. Yeah, gotta be something like that. Let's go. And look, stacking them.
Yeah, I saw that date. I was like, oh my gosh, that is so awesome. Well, welcome everyone into a whatever the hell we want it to be Tuesday. Welcome everyone. We're so happy that you're here.
Shout out for the turn up people, man. All right. Some of us, man, it's like, yo, it don't matter what day it is, don't matter what time it is. We're gonna have us a good time, ladies and gents. So if you're here for that, man, you know I got you. All right, let's get it.
I love it. We are dual streaming on both of our channels, so make sure that you hit the like button everywhere that you're located. We also, I just saw the DraftKings thing. Okay,
funny.
so I also get to play the DraftKings thing. I am so excited. And how are you? Just how are you? We recorded a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
How are you feeling since a
Man,
couple of
shoot,
days ago?
life's always good, man. I cannot complain about anything. You know, my simple, gauge. Did I wake up this morning?
Yep.
Oh, it's a great day. So heck yeah,
love
man. Life is great, man. I'm ready to roll. Shoot, man. How are you though, man? Are you staying warm out there? I know some people are still iced up, snowed in, and all that other good cold stuff. But what's your energy over where you located?
So for us, it is cold. It is about 30 degrees, and that's warmed up from 20 that it was this morning.
There it is.
Today we're on a slow climb. So all of the ice that we
Okay.
have here, at least where I'm located, should all go away and should all be fine. But I kind of am gonna miss it. I love I have a reason to not leave the house. Like I can't go. I'm busy.
Facts. Come on now.
The weather's bad.
Come on now. Look.
It's amazing.
We're like, it's a foot of snow outside, guys. We're not going anywhere. All right.
Yeah,
Just
what are we
the
doing?
whole week. All right. I will see you when there's no longer a foot of snow. When it's like maybe 6 inches of snow, then we could talk about going places. But until then, I'm snowed in and I love it.
And the air is thin. This sounds really crazy but when you record content, because I record outside. So for me, when I'm outside in the sun, it's like my throat and I get hot and there's it's so much. I'm having to manage myself more than the content. But with this weather, I can just go out there. I can wear whatever I want. It's cold.
Let's go.
I move a lot. I get hot. It's fantastic. I love that. So
I could dig that. I could definitely dig that.
Why is everybody asking us if we're live? This is live.
Look. No. We'll be live tomorrow. Yeah. We're going live in 2 hours from now. This is just the warm up for the live. So y'all stay up here the whole time though, just in case y'all don't miss anything. All right. Yeah, man.
I am better after I get a little bit warmed up. So hey, there's that.
Okay,
However,
okay.
Everyone, welcome in. Come on in. You're in for a real treat. I have the special honors of being able to hit the button on something I am fired up to see. So come in, hit the like button. Both of our channels do all of those YouTube things because we are about
all of those YouTube things.
Yeah. Well, Moats is about to put on a show for you because I am going to be in the background laughing hysterically. So here we are. Everybody get ready, clean your ears, get your AirPods ready, all of the things because here we go. How do I do it? Do I just put it up there?
So hold on. I got you. Push this button right here and it should start.
Put it up there.
You're funny. Well. Yes, ladies and gents, today's show is sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook, babe. We talking about the top-rated sportsbooking app and all of North America. Safe, secure, and you know how I like it. They are reliable. And we know, man, we are down to the finish line of the NFL season. And you might, have some money line itches. You might have a parlay or player prop that you're considering. Well, DraftKings is the place to go for any of that. But more importantly, if I'm talking about them for a reason, because we got a promo code for you, ladies and gents. When you're a new customer and you bet $5 initially, if that bet hits, you receive $300 in bonus bets instantly, as long as you use the promo code Moats. It is that simple, all right? You see it right there. You see the promo code once again, Moats. But I also understand, you can get lost in the sauce. You might even develop a gambling problem. Well, shoot, if you're in New York, see the digits to text. But for everybody else, the digits to dial are 1-800-GAMBLER. I said 1-800-GAMBLER. Boy, you better call him. 1-800-GAMBLER. Leave me alone. Just leave me alone. I don't want to talk right now, guys. I'm just here. Leave me alone. I'm just here.
Let me remix this real fast.
I'm just here. Shout out to DraftKings. Okay. One band, one sound. Just, all right, guys, here we are. They'll be doing this remix. Y'all chill out. All right. We won't need all that. All right. Don't be gassing it up. It was just, we got to put some, oh, man, we got a duet coming. No, man. Yeah, where's the duet? Now I think about it. I need some help next time, okay? Next time, you bust out the vocals, okay? Jeez, put it all on me. Like, this is...
I don't know.
Don't do that. Don't do
the remix. Okay, so the elevation change with the remix. The remix hit. I don't know, chat. Let me know. Do y'all think the remix hit? Something about that remix. I was like, oh, okay. Look, and then we got the voice change. Did you hear the voice change?
Look. Okay, listen. I'm just trying to play my part. I'm just trying to do my little percent of the pie, right? That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. Okay, that's all that was. Nothing more, nothing less. It is. There we go. All right. Cheers. Look. Shout out to Yoda. Okay. Shout out to everybody that picks up on the little details of the gambler. All right. Yeah.
We loved it.
We've been singing that song for a long time now. Okay. So
we wait
about 6-7 years. Yeah. It's been a long time, man. It's been a long time.
You did everything but say remix, and you that's remarkable. I'm impressed by you. If you know, you know, okay? If you know, you know. So I love that. You know what else I love is I need to do this right now because I see I see some people in the chat. Couple things I need to say, so just brace yourself, all right?
She about to get it off her chest. Oh, okay, she about to get it off her chest.
I can't say that anymore. Every time I say that, everyone's like, "Get it off your chest." I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" So
what was on it?
Yeah, right. How do you know? I want to even get it off? So Rod, I heard your call in yesterday. Shout out to you for shouting me out first. You know what? I appreciate that. You need to call in every time there's a call-in show because I love hearing your opinion. So shout out to Rod. Like, thank you. I respect
let's go.
that. And then who was the second person? Was it Tito? I couldn't tell.
No. So was it Tito, the second guy that called? Actually, let me check my notes real quick. I want to say it was Xavier.
I
want to say it was Xavier because he also gave the. Hey,
wow.
Shout out to TaNeisha. I was like, she gets the shout out first, and then it's the congregate, and then everybody else. It was like, she's special. She doesn't jump the line, all right? Because TaNeisha, for years, we've been opening them phone lines. Years, okay? Back when it was me by myself, back when it was me and the homie, and now that it's me and you, okay? And no one has ever shouted out anybody other than the chat first, okay? It's always shout out to the chat, shout out to Tito, shout out to AJ, shout out to Leah Warren, shout out to all these people. And it's like, oh, word. So for me yesterday to have heard somebody say, yo, shout out to TaNeisha.
I was on playback. And I thought, listen, Rod
this is
and
different.
Xavier,
Wow.
this is for you. Thank you so much. I appreciate the shout out, even when I'm not here. It made me feel special. It made me feel validated. And I love that. I love that. And to hear your voices on call-in, it's amazing because now when I see you in the comment section, I can like hear you talking to me. So it's amazing. So everyone should call in. And when you call in, like, let me know. I need to make sure I can hear your name clearly because I love that. Every time I see Rod's name now, like, I know what his voice sounds like.
Yeah, okay.
So shout out to you, gentlemen. Like, I loved that. And also, I like literally spit out my water because I was like, did he just say what I think he did?
Yes.
I'm like, rewind 10 seconds. So that's amazing. And the second thing is something happened to you on live yesterday that I actually am so worried about is going to happen to me. Choking.
Oh, yo, that was hilarious. Yo, I was like, yo, it's so funny too because you know how it is. Like, you start laughing and like, man, I can stop right now to get over it, or I could just say F it and just keep laughing and keep choking. And I was like, yo, I'm gonna keep laughing. I'm gonna keep choking. I don't care about any of that. It'd be so funny, man, because it's like, it's so natural. It's like, yo, y'all know how it is when y'all get,
it's hard. It is my biggest fear is like taking that drink and like halfway through and now you're coughing, now you're choking. And then you're kind of like stuck in between a laugh choke. And that like, that's kind of crazy. But yeah, so kudos to you for like, you talked through it. And I was like, I have to bring this up.
So yeah, because see, for me, like none of that really like irks one way or the other, just because it's like, man, when you're on camera all the time, it's like, bro, stuff happens. Shoot, man. You wipe your sweat, dab your nose, cough, do what you need to do, man. You are on this thing. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. But yeah,
I loved it. Well, but you are like graceful. I'm like an ugly, like if I start coughing, like the crap is going to hit the fan. Like you never know what it's going to look like over here. Like I would literally just have to like hide myself because in that moment, it's like, let me get myself together. My hair would be flying everywhere.
Is that what I think that is that on you or is that on me? I just seen the color pop up. Is that your side? I hope it's your side. I want it to be your side. Please be your side so bad. Please be your side.
Your side.
Oh, no. Oh, all right. Then look. Well, never mind. I was like, yo, I wanted to be yours. You see us over here live.
I'm like, what are you talking about?
You
see colors.
I see.
People that don't know, whenever we see different colors pop up in the chat, it signifies something's going on. And so we have a new member. Oh my God, let me make sure your media is ready.
Cut it out, man. I just knew this was you. Oh, you see how excited I got? I'm upset I got that excited out. Just like,
it is totally you. Okay. Let me find.
Oh my God.
Let me make sure I have the right asset. Ooh, I have it all. I have the right asset. Beach Boy Mally. Does that mean live on the beach?
I mean, that would be dope to live on the beach, though.
Yeah, we're
toes in the sand. Toes in the sand.
I like that. And because you live in the beach, and because so first of all, welcome to Arthur Moats membership. Okay, he is a Steelers legend, so the content that you're going to get behind the scenes is like second to none because he is a remarkable human. So shout out to you for making that choice. And because you have made that choice, he has created something that is especially just for you, so he can show a little bit of something. So are you ready? And here we go. Yes.
I like that. That's my jam now.
I love it.
Shut up.
I love it. Shout out to, thank you for joining so we can play that video.
Let's go. And I just saw his name too, man. He changed his name on me. Used to be Malvo Desert. Now he's Beach Boy Marley. Okay. See, I was like, I know I seen this face before, man. You clean with it though, baby. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. But let's go.
Well, welcome. Thank you for allowing me to play that video so we can see again who has shown the most skin on this show since its inception.
We're not going to go for this, guys. We're not going for this. We already know how this is.
Fearless one. You continue to win this competition, and I love that for me. I'll be honest. Nobody watching this would think that it would be you, right? Everybody would just assume it would be me.
We have to look at it differently. We're trying to take a singular video and compare that to the accumulation of skin. You feel me? Like we see the Yes Indeed video like once every like so often. You got skin every time. See. So, your accumulation of skin is way more than my like little just knee meat that shows. I got like just a little bit of knee meat, a little bit above the knee, just that's it. And then from there, we're good. All right.
Yeah. I don't really agree with that because it's like the whole leg all the way up to upper thigh.
It's knee bone.
It's nothing.
It goes to the knee bone, and then after that, it's like, oh, all right.
We can capture this and put it on your leg, and it would probably be multiple aspects of your leg. So it's definitely you. So and the chat agreed with me. Like the chat usually takes your side. This one, they agreed with me, and they were like, "Nah, she's right."
We asked them on the wrong day. That's all, man. We're gonna come back to them on the right day, though. We're gonna come back.
Yeah, and I just dropped that membership link too. So just in case you all want to look at the evidence,
drop both. Okay, make sure y'all see hers as well. Okay, because hers is a little bit more appealing to the masses. All right, we'll leave it at that. Hers is way more appealing to the masses.
You know, okay, fine. I just dropped my membership, but you know what I've started saying before I play my videos? I'm like, if you don't like women, look away.
Fair enough.
Don't look at this, okay? Don't look at this. Thank you. If you don't like women,
let's go.
People are so interesting. So, anyways, we have a new coach.
Let's go. We
have a freaking new coach, and we recorded Sunday. It is Tuesday, and I'm feeling a little bit better since our recording.
Okay.
I maybe have more questions though too, because like now I'm like, okay, what's next? Like, what is this coaching staff going to look like? And I'm hoping that we knock it out of the park. That would be fantastic.
Ooh, okay.
Because that's like where we're at right now. It's like, ugh. It's like we have a coach.
I like it.
We don't have anything else. Literally.
I like it. No, I just hear the knock it out of the park part, and it's like, man, I love all of that. I think that this is also the fun time of year because everybody is just going to formulate their opinion to strengthen their argument, regardless of how much is based on speculation. And I think the first thing they showed was with the head coach hire, right? Mike McCarthy, track record, the production, actually winning a Super Bowl, right? We say it's what 30 something coaches walking this earth that have won a Super Bowl. He's one of them. So it's like, man, the questions that we're going to have surrounding him are very different than the question that you're going to have about a person that the masses may have been excited about just because of youth or because of you've never seen them, right? You've never seen them in this role. So the speculation allows you to make it as sexy as you want it without always having to think about the other side of the reality. Whereas for Mike McCarthy, we've seen as sexy as it can get, but we've also had a chance to see some of the not so sexy about him. And that part for me just makes me feel different. We think about like, what is a knock it out the park hire? Because I feel like, man, with some of these people we're going to bring in, man, some of them might be a little bit more established in terms of OC, DC. When you look at what McCarthy had in Dallas, he had a Brian Schottenheimer in Dallas. That's a proven guy. He had a Kellen Moore, who at the time wasn't as proven, right? But then on defense, he had a Dan Quinn, very proven. So you can see, and then before Dan Quinn, it was a Mike Nolan. These are guys that had head coaching experience that have been, big dogs in their own right before coming in here. So when I think of those type of guys, that is more of how I look at knocking it out the park personally versus, man, this is the unknown. This is the guy that, he has buzz around him, but we haven't seen it just yet. But that goes back to how I default about proven production versus the speculation of, man, this guy has a lot of potential. I'm slow on potential, really love production.
See, and I want a combination. I like diversity. I want a little bit of new, a little bit of old, like, because to the core of me, I want to feel safe. I want to feel like, oh, got this. We have adults in the room. And then, then there's a part of me that I also want to try a little bit. I want us to do a bit where I'm like, I don't know if I like that pick, but let's see. But that's okay because I know I like these other ones. And that's kind of where I'm at. I want a little bit of both because I know, because what would have really worried me is, let's say we got a young head coach that's never been a head coach. And then I don't know who he was going to bring in. That would have made me more nervous. So now that we have somebody that's like established at the head, now I'm kind of, now I kind of, Now I kind of want somebody like, fill in the gaps a little bit. Like, bring me a variation. Now I don't want to say anything. I'm like, oh God.
You're funny.
So let's just figure this out. Okay. The end of the sentence. Yeah, I just listen. Okay. Just, I'm doing my best. Right? I'm doing my best.
But I do agree though, that blend though of youth and experience, it is important. I just think that that's like the thing that everybody's chasing though. So I think that's also what makes it a challenge. And we've seen where that combination has worked. I guess, no, we haven't seen it necessarily work for a specific. Well, actually, we have. Coach Tomlin, right? When he got brought in, that would have technically been the young, understudy, nobody knew about type hire. But when I'm thinking, since then, it was like, man, Todd Haley was proven. Randy Fichtner, we can make a case, wasn't as proven. But I think the most direct apples to apples of a young man trying to completely go youth was the Matt Canada hire. And we saw how people felt about that. It was, man, this guy's fresh out of college. These are college concepts. That part, man, we talk about pairing him with a young quarterback that he had a relationship with. These are all the things that we're kind of hearing, like I'm hearing you speak on. And you can see where, yes, in a vacuum, it sounds nice. It sounds good. But we also seen where, man, the fire Matt Canada chest was even on college game day. Like,
I know. And I'll be honest, I don't usually
the downside to the youth
get fired.
Yeah,
I don't usually call for coaches to get fired. That was the one time where I was like, come on, what are we doing?
Nah.
So I get that. And I think the other thing is too, and this will kind of lead into like something that I wanted to talk to you about. I think that as the season, I feel like when you're in it, right, and the name gets announced and you're so in it and you're watching other teams play and all these things are going on, you have a feeling. And then, at least for me, as I start to come off the season, as I start to see less and less teams play, I begin to kind of think about how I really feel and what's really going on. And so for me, you mentioned something on the show that we did Sunday, and you said something about like the experience. You've always talked about experience. You've always talked about not liking rookies, but what is it? It's not that you don't like them. It's not that you don't like them. You just don't prefer them over a veteran. Listen.
Stay on my line, you rookies.
Work with me here, okay? Work with me, okay?
I can't stand a rookie. You ain't got no back. You got a gristle still, man. You young whippersnappers. I can't stand y'all guys.
Just blame me. Just be like, nah, bro. Like, I didn't mean it. She said it. I didn't. My bad.
God, all rookie class are gonna be sideways.
You have a preference of what you like to see. And that leads back to I think the core of this hire is the game management ability and what we know about Mike McCarthy.
Mike McCarthy, yeah.
How does that play for you as a player? What is game management? What is it? What does it feel like when you have a guy walk into the room first day where you're like, I know that guy, at least I know him. I know him. I know of him. He's been successful here. I can't kind of be on my bull crap. Like, how does that feel being in that environment, knowing that you have a new guy?
Well, I mean, I think of it multiple ways, right? I think of young me versus old me, right? A younger version, you don't even get caught up in all of who he is, how established he is, because you're just trying to survive. You are so just literally in, can I make it to tomorrow mode? And I think that's the thing that a lot of, consumers, we forget that. Yeah, it's like, man, not everybody has what we consider job security that's on the NFL roster. I mean, if it's in the offseason and we're going to have 90 guys on the roster in the offseason, probably 20 of those guys, and that's shooting high. 20 of those dudes feel guaranteed that they're going to be on that roster come September. So 70 plus dudes at least are looking at this day like, man, how do I make it to tomorrow? Not next week. Literally, how do I make it until tomorrow? So you don't get caught up in who they're bringing in, his style. It's more so, man, what does he like? What doesn't he like? Behavior modification, right? What does this guy, if I show up 15 minutes early, does that make him happy? And if that's this type of guy, well, I'm gonna make sure I'm showing up 20 minutes early. Maybe he's the guy that, all right, I want you completely out there early on the field warming up before I even show up. If he's that type of guy, man, we need to find that information out. Why? Because that's going to help us out, man. That's going to get us in his good graces. So that way I got a chance to, number one, have a job. And then from there, man, we can worry about what the scheme is after the fact. That's the younger guy vibe, right? because you're just trying to literally survive. But when you're the vet, man, oh yeah, it's a way different perspective on him coming into this locker room, because you do know who he is. You've seen this guy in Green Bay. You've heard of this guy when he was in Dallas. You've seen some of the stuff that he's done in terms of offenses, right? Because once again, when you're playing, you're so locked in. It's so much just where you're almost putting blinders up to the outside noise that we don't have as much conviction about the negative, because we've seen a lot of the positive and how challenging it is to even have sustained success. So we don't focus on what can go wrong or what this guy struggles with. We look at, he knows how to make you like struggle defensively trying to match it with all this. Man, he knows how to really do this thing consistently. It's like, dude, I like that. I want a guy that has a proven vision, because as athletes, at least in the football space, we excel off of following a playbook. Yeah. So if you have something that's already defined with rules, with clear expectations, with clear, this is your assignment, man, we know how to do that to an elite level. The problem becomes when it's a new guy who doesn't have clear-cut rules. And now we're debating, oh, man, when is this call, you're playing it this way, but when is this call, you want me to play it that way. But then if it's this call and you can't tell me with conviction, now I have gray area. Now I have doubt. That kills you in the games. And we've seen that, just with our team this year, when it's a little bit of miscommunication, how quickly something bad could go wrong, offense or defense. So that's the part that as a veteran, you look at McCarthy coming in and you're like, dude, this I like, because regardless of what went wrong, he has a proven formula of how to make it work. And he has shown this over time and time again with different teams, different locations, different expectations, but he still has delivered. And that's the part that you are excited about.
Yeah. So listen, I'm going to be real with you for a second. So as you're talking, this show's going to turn into you. Okay. Because I think that, and you know this because I've told you this, but I think I'm going to say it for everybody. I think that you have so much like information that as a fan helps put things in perspective. Yeah. That I can't put in perspective because I won't have that experience. Yeah. One of the things that you just said that I think was important was you said the pressure, the situation, the moment that you could be gone at any. Can you quantify that for us? Like how, because let's be honest, we don't really have, at least for me, I don't really have a situation in life where I can say, if I'm not performing at a level today, I can be gone tomorrow. Everything I'm able to do is like, oh, okay, well, she wasn't that great today. She was great, tomorrow or whatever. What is that pressure like? Like can you quantify that?
Yeah. So, I mean, we talk about why even when guys retire, they still struggle with PTSD. They still struggle with anxiety. They still struggle with being able to relax, because your whole professional career, every single day, you have to prove it. It's an evaluation. We talk about in most jobs, this is why it's hard for fans to understand NFL lifestyle. When you go to work, you can have 3 bad days in a row and nobody cares, right? You can have a 6 month of just below average and they're still going to talk to you about getting a pay raise, right? Yeah. Like that's the difference in it, where we don't even have to get to a bad Sunday. Most people think, man, you play bad in the game on Sunday, you're fired. It's like, bro, you can have a bad practice on Monday and be up out of here. Because on Tuesday, they're bringing in 10 different guys that play your position for a workout just because. And that's every single week. Every single day, you have scouts that are going around the world, not in just the U.S., the world, looking for the next you, looking for the person that can be better than you. The NFL draft. What happens before the draft? The combine. Top 300 draft eligible players. What do you think they're coming to do, TaNeisha?
Yeah.
When you're not in streaming world, right? And you're in your teaching world. Could you imagine if every single year they're telling you, hey, come February, the top 300 teachers. Yeah. All right. We're looking for them. And man, these are the who's. And your company is bringing in at least 6 of them every single year. All right. Hey, but you only got 5 teaching spots at your job. All right. So just know supply and demand now. Okay. But these are the hottest teachers. Now, some of them are really proven. Some of them haven't done anything. They just got a lot of buzz. Right. But it's all on you. And it's like, man, now go out there and teach your lesson today, TaNeisha. Go out there and teach again tomorrow, TaNeisha. Hey, but make sure everybody in there gets it. Everybody in there is productive, because if they don't, man, we firing you the next day. We bringing that person in. That's the pressure. That's what it's like. It's even in the off season. You don't show up for a voluntary workout. We would joke and say nothing is voluntary. It's non-mandatory, mandatory. You feel me? You cannot be there in April, May if you want to. You won't be there in September and October either. All right. This is how it goes. So for a lot of people, though, they just look and see, man, you got this money and everything is fine. And it's like, no, man, that money comes with a lot of stipulations. It comes with a lot of pressure and a lot of just mental, struggle, mental weight. But you don't, run from it and you live with it. It's part of it. And that's just the on-field pressure, right? That doesn't count for, man, do you actually know what you're doing when you're in these meeting rooms? How do you conduct yourself when you're on camera? What do you like on social media? Do you stay out of trouble in the off season? Do you stay out of trouble when you're not in the facility? These are all the other things that kind of go into it. So it's a struggle to just every single day maintain your job.
Yeah.
And and the other thing is this though, to just give you even more context of why you hear me speak, I speak. That's one thing to experience the urgency and the pressure of, man, my job could be gone tomorrow. It's another thing to experience it when it's the person that sits to your right and they're gone. Then the person that sits to your left, now they're gone. And then they rotate and it's a new set of dudes to your right and to your left. And then they're gone. And then the one to your left is gone. And it's like, man, I think of all my locker mates, right? TG, my dude, right?
Yeah.
That was one of my locker mates. You feel me? Yeah. I've had about 6, 7 different locker mates while I was just in Pittsburgh. Just for context, when I was in Buffalo, it was probably like 10 different people as my locker mates, right? Arizona, similar. So you learn real quickly what that feels like to have, man, this is my brother. We bleed together. We cry together. I see you when you're happy, when you're sad, when it's your lady, when it's your son, when it's whenever. And now you're gone.
Yeah.
And that's the other part that really, it's just like, yo, you're constantly on go mode. You're constantly on, I got to prove it. And it's, man, you almost don't even want to build relationships with people because it's like, bro, you can be going tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then you with the trash bag with your name, with a little piece of tape with it. Hey, such and such. Get your stuff at the door. Family pictures included. Like, Lord have mercy. This is so cutthroat. So that is why we speak with that urgency the way that we speak and why we talk about that, because it's like, yo, show me another job where it's that type of, man, here or not, based on a day. You be like, Lord.
Okay. And so for you then, it sounds like there's not a lot of stability. There's not a lot of things that are known. What is known is you're playing football, but there's the nuances or the things that you don't know. So having said that, does it help when you're in that situation and you feel like your leader is at least a constant, is at least somebody that you kind of know? Go ahead.
That's what drew me to Pittsburgh. Okay. I had more money on the table to go to Cleveland with a Mike Patton. I could have went to a New England. Granted, that was no disbelief in Belichick. It was more so just I was still in my college mindset of Bills versus Patriots. I don't rock with them. But the thing that drew me to Pittsburgh was Coach Tomlin, the stability, the fact that he had been here, had a proven method for winning, not trying to figure it out. Where when I was just in Buffalo, Chan Gailey and Doug Marrone, both of those guys first time taking over, right? One guy a little bit older coming from Dallas as an OC, other guy first year coaching in the NFL as a head guy coming from college. Very different lines of that spectrum, but both experiences were you're figuring it out. You're figuring it out. And one guy got a little bit more time and he was starting to figure it out. And then after that, it was like, yo, we ain't got time for this no more. So when I come to Pittsburgh, it's like, man, we're not trying to figure out the message. The message is clear. We're not trying to figure out what we do when we practice. Do we switch this? It's like, nah, man, we know what this method is. We know how this works. When Coach Tomlin would speak, it was like, yo, we know exactly what this is because it's been tried and true. So when we think of Mike McCarthy, it's going to feel a lot similar to that versus, all right, he's testing out if this sign works. Man, this coach is over here telling me I need to wear black crew cut socks. If I don't wear black crew cut socks, that means I'm an individual. And if I'm an individual, that means I don't care about the team. And if I don't care about the team, that means we can't win. Dude, I get how much money per year? If you think these socks and the length of these socks and the fact that they're black versus white is going to determine how well I play, you are a fool. But if this is your first time being at this level and you're coming from college where, you got to talk to them college kids like that, especially pre-NIL. It's like, yo, I get it. But you're not talking to NFL players that have families, kids, mortgages. You like, buy some socks. You're like, hey, bro, you wasting my time and your time. So that's the part where, the veteran, the guy that has already done it, you like that a lot more. Absolutely.
And it's interesting too, because, and I say this all the time, fans, we're on the outside looking in. So we don't understand. It doesn't matter how many times somebody tells me something. I know that it's hard. It's just like giving birth. I'm sure everybody can assume it's hard. Everybody knows it's hard. But until you have the experience, you're like, oh, that's a whole different level of hard. I feel like this is the same, where it's like we hear about it and we know what's happening because we also see the waiver wire. We know when guys are let go and guys are like, we know when our favorite team tweets something that says so-and-so is trying out. We have so-and-so, trying to kick today. And you're just like, oh, but I think we forget the human side of it and what that means, what that does to us. Yeah. And what that does to the actual people in the roles. And the flip side of that is, so now, because when I look at this hire, I'm thinking like, how can I feel good about this? Because that's where I always go. I'm always like, okay, let me have my moment of panic, because that's what I do. Let me have my moment.
Let me feel
Let me
good.
overreact. Exactly. Let me overreact. Let me say all the negative I can think about. Let me just get it out because I need to. Like, let me laugh. Let me be like, this is stupid. What are we doing? We're cheap. Let me say all the things. Just allow me that moment. And then once I have the moment, I always say, I never lived there. Then I can kind of work backwards. Now I can go, okay, well, this is kind of good because of this. Okay, well, this does make me feel better. Okay, he does feel like he knows what he's doing. Okay, so it's like I'm slowly starting to be in that boat of like, wait and see, because I think that obviously that's the most important thing. But also, there's so many moving parts that I never think about, because I just think about like he's the head coach. And then I think the other part of this is this is going to sound awful, but forgive me, chat. Just go with me. I don't know what it's like to lead that many men. I don't know what it's like to be around that many men. I don't know what it's like to be around that much ego, that much testosterone, that much greatness, that much excellence, that much consistency. So I can't even what? Like, how do you even manage this? How is everybody even moving in the right direction? How does everybody like not buck the system? Like there's so many like nuances where I'm starting to think now, I'm like, if he has proven ability to lead a group of men, that's a huge check mark for me. TaNeisha, way more than I thought of before.
That is part of the hardest thing of the job. Most people think, can you actually call the X's and O's? And they think that's the most challenging part. It's like, honestly, by the time you get to there, you're in the clear. That's kind of the easy part. The hardest, it's like, man, can you get these guys to the stadium? Can you make sure they're prepared when you have your plan that you studied? And then the guy like Arthur says, hey, bro, why are we running this call versus this? I don't think we should do that. We should run Tampa versus this. And I'm in here asking you legit questions like, man, everybody wants to deal with that, right? Yeah. When man, you've planned this and hey, your plan would work, but this player just doesn't play that particular technique well. And now we're all in the building looking at you and you're looking at that player like, hold on now, it ain't me, it's him. How do you manage that situation?
Right.
Because the casual person points the finger. The casual person minimizes their role because who wants to be, wrong, right? But in that space, nah, bro, pride, ego got to go to the door. We ain't got time for that, man. We got to figure out as a collective what is going to make us closer to victory. So if I know I want to run this call versus this look, but you physically can't do that, I got two options. Either get somebody that can, or I have to alter my call for this. Not every person is able to do that on the fly, man. Not every person is willing to do that either. And you also have to have an intimate understanding of your personnel.
Right.
It's so much that goes into that head spot than just, can you call off a call sheet? It is like, it's funny because that is still a challenge in its own right. But there's so much that leads up to that part where it's like, yeah, bro, that's like low key the least of my concerns, because for you to even get the sticks, you've had to have known something already. You've had to have had a knack for being able to do this already. But now can you do all this other stuff week in and week out? Because some dudes could do it, man, when it's perfect in September.
When the weather's amazing.
Everything is nice, right? Man, or as long as you got your starters out there, everything is smooth, everything is easy.
Right.
But then as soon as it's like some adversity hits, now dudes start to tuck tail, dudes start to minimize their role. And now you see how the organizations go, how they go. And it's not, just isolated. It happens around the league, man. You see it. Teams start out hot, fall off a cliff. Or they fall off a cliff early, then something happens, somebody gets fired. Dolphins, right? Now, all of a sudden, now they got urgency. Now they're banding together until some adversity hits, and then they just, all right, it's all the way over now. Yeah, you see it all the time. You know what I mean? So that's the part where like I said, as players, man, you just recognize that for what it is, and you just understand how to attack it. But the mental side of it does not get, talked about to the level of impact that it truly has, though, in that workspace.
Yeah, and I think too, because as a human, I try to understand situations, and I want to learn and get better at it. And I think that when you watch football, you see the game of football. We all do. I got it. I understand it. However, we only get to see 3 hours, 4 hours. That's all we get to see. So for us, we really have no clue what is going on. All we know is those 3 hours that we saw, what we think, how we feel, all of those different things. And then all the other hours that you all are putting in, like, we don't see it. And because we don't see it, we can't quantify it. And because we can't quantify it, we can't speak on it. And because we can't speak on it, we don't know. So then we just go back to what we do know. And so that's why I think it's super cool. Like, I saw you put up like player versus fan, like in one of our thumbnails.
Oh, yeah.
And but I think it's a great thought, because it's like,
we think like, so differently. Even hearing you speak, right? Even hearing you speak when you said, your initial reaction is, let me basically dump out all of my negative verbally, though, right? This sucks. We're stupid. We're cheap. This and that, right? But as the player, it's like, man, if I'm with one of my teammates and that's what they're like, bro, well, why are we even here? Why should I show up to work with you tomorrow? If you're already there, right? Based on a proven dude. If you're there with a guy that has actually won a Super Bowl, not can he lead, not can he win 10 games? Hell, can he win 5 games, right? Because we've never seen Nate Shieldhouse or big guy, right? I know that's, and I'm gonna throw them out as like the references because I know a lot of people specifically, were intrigued by those names. But it's like, man, if the optimism of a 0 proven is that much more than this, is like, dude, well, why are you here? What like, because now I'm starting to second guess your ability. I'm starting to second guess what your mindset is. If you already checked out versus a guy that has already shown he can do it, it's not an unknown. And we're not even saying like, man, he ain't won in 20 years. Like, bro, he just had 12 wins 3 years in a row just 2 years ago. Like, and that was in Dallas. And we don't look at Dallas as world beaters either. But they have talent, and they developed that talent under who? McCarthy. McCarthy was cooking. But it's like, man, I could go back to watching this dude develop Brett. He ain't developed Brett Favre, but he had Brett Favre in the back end. He literally has Aaron Rodgers from his inception. And we look at Rodgers and it's like, yo, go ahead.
So as a researcher, part of being a researcher is stripping it down to the bone, because you have to kind of see where you're going. And because once you strip it down, then now you see what's not there. And now you can kind of build it back up. It seems like that brain would work against me in the NFL. And because the situation's different, right? Because for a researcher, you're digging for the information because the information either exists or it doesn't exist. And you have to find it. And in order to find it, you got to dig. And you have to go to those places in your brain where you're like, it can't be this, can it? Right. And you're like, and you got to dig, right? And then you get there and you're like, okay, there isn't any research about this. So that's what I need to talk about. And now I have to build that back up. But I think if I use that same brain in the NFL, I think I would be screwed, because I would start trying to find it. And it's like, no, it's you though. you can't try to find it.
So one of the things that we would always say is you have to literally believe it before you ever see it. Before anybody confirms, before anybody can validate it, you have to know with conviction.
Right.
I am.
Yeah.
Whereas how many people walk around with that mindset? Most people are, I have to see it first, then I'll believe it.
True.
Hey, but give me the flowers first, then I'll believe you really like me.
Yeah, that's
man, take me on a date. Now I see you're invested. Versus like when you're in this thing, it's like, bro, I'm the best in the world. I don't care if anyone doesn't believe me. I know I'm the best in the world. I know what I do. I know what I'm capable of. And that's the mindset that you walk around with before anybody ever claps. Because before you could get to the big game, man, you got to be able to show up in the middle of June, in the middle of February, and be willing to grind that same way with that same mindset. And that's the thing that I think people don't really understand. Yeah, it's like with research, man, your confidence comes at the end of it, right? After you've already researched, and now I can prove it. Now I can write this paper. I can give this presentation. Boom. For us, though, we got to have that same of a confidence back here to start it. Otherwise, you never make it here. And it's so much like little things along the way that are going to continue to block you from getting to this part. So the mind shift is really that. And I think that that's the cool part when me and you are listening or talking to each other. It's like, I can hear how with change, it's typically like, yo, what is that? Yeah. Whereas for me, it's like, you have to get so comfortable with the change that is seamless. Bruce Lee, be like water, right? It's like, bro, oh, we're here today. Great. Oh, we're over here. Perfect. We back up. Man, I live for this. It's whatever. Okay. There is nothing that can knock me off of it because I had that type of belief that, man, it don't matter if it's sunny, if it's rainy, nameless, gray faces, right? Time, location, doesn't matter. It's a 5-star matchup. Why? Because I'm in it. There. Yeah. You see the one, you see it, it's zero to deal with them. It's zero to deal with the outside variables. It's just a certain belief. And that belief comes in the work. You're not just believing like this because you just believe. It's like, no, I believe it's because I done bust my tail back on two. I done bust my tail on. I done bust my tail on. It's like, that's that. But it's an accumulation also.
Interesting. Yeah. And it's funny too, because, and by the way, chat, I see the super chats. I will get to them. I promise you in just a second. I think too, what we're talking about is the differences of how we see the world too. Yeah. Because I think that our environment shapes the way that we see certain things. And so it's interesting. It's interesting what it takes for people to come around to what they need to come around to. But what actually is really interesting. And I
might be a little bit more, on the positive spectrum as well.
Well, yeah, because you have 16.5 sacks in the NFL. So that probably has something
to do with that. No, not even that. Because there are plenty of guys that have so many more robust numbers than me. But I also just think of, like you said, when you talk about everybody's life, right? Everybody has different experiences that shape them who they are. So when I think of what I was growing up around, it was like, man, I know what I want to look like when it's 10 years, 15 years from now.
Right.
And you're going to have to make certain sacrifices to get there. But when you see enough of the other stuff that you don't want to see every day, it makes you shape your mind one of two ways. You're either going to lean into that, or you're going to be like, you know what, man, we're going to be so positive. It's going to be so beautiful. Everything is going to work. Why? Because I said so. Because I'm going to make sure it works. So that's also part of why I'm always heavy-handed with hey, bro, show me whatever it is, and I guarantee I can find something positive in the situation. Like, that's just my energy on it.
Yeah. And I love that. And I think too, that speaks to like how we are as human, how we're different. And one way, there's not a better way or this way. It's the way that works best for you. And that's absolutely okay. And everybody has their own thing. I always naturally get to the positive side of things. But if I am not able to let out all of my feelings, because my brain is wired that way. That is how I'm wired. I am wired to go find it because it's there. Yeah. You go find the answer, you go find it. Just go search for it. And so I'm wired that way. And then what happens is once I'm good there, now I start my rebuilding process. That is just what I do. Everybody is not like that. Some people actually, to be fair, don't know what they're like. And so they just react, and then we never get anywhere because I'm like, well, what do you want? And they're like, well, I don't want this. I don't want that. And I'm like, what do you want? And they're like, well, I don't really know. And so that's a different type of thing.
TaNeisha, you know what we call that? We call them fans. They don't know what they want. They just want something. I hate it all. I want a different coach. Oh, he's offense got great. His name's Mike. I hate him still. I don't know.
I hate you.
I'm sorry that now that he wins 12 games, but still. Like, all right, bro.
let me get to these super chats. But and like for what it's worth, like we're kind of having like this is a football conversation, but I feel like it's more about like how we approach things because I think
PhD got to sit here talking life and football.
I'm like,
we talk feelings, okay? We're gonna talk about the understanding.
Yes, and there is. I think there's so much to if you understand, and I live by this. If you understand how someone thinks, it helps you to at least understand a little bit. And 100%. Even if you don't agree, and people say all the time, they're like, you don't have to say that. You don't have to do that. You don't have to. And I'm like, no, I don't have to, but I'm going to. Because my goal is always to say, I'm going to put out who I am. This is who I am. You can accept it. You can love it. You cannot. I don't think that I explain myself. I think that I give my reasons so that you can see how I'm thinking. And if you don't agree with it, that's cool. But nobody can ever say like, I don't understand why she did that. No, you know why I did that. I told you.
Yes.
It's obvious. I said it.
And it's funny that you say that because I also share a very similar mindset of understanding. If I can understand your perspective, it helps me to give you more grace. It helps me to continue with a conversation, regardless of if we agree on it or not. And me and you have talked behind the scenes about stuff, even with the chat. It's like, man, if I don't necessarily feel like I could understand where the venom comes from in certain scenarios, it's like, yeah, man, I don't even care about that because it doesn't make sense. But when I can understand, it's like, okay, that does make a little bit more sense here. Now it's okay. I can see that side. I see why this passionate like this. But when it's times where it doesn't, it's like, hey, bro, but that's real. That's real. I can dig it.
Yeah. Not everyone's going to get it. And when you get it, you get it. And if you don't, that's fine. So let's see. Let me go through some of these super chats because some of them.
Shout out to y'all too today, man. Y'all in the building, man. All right. Double like it up, double subscribe it up, notification bell, join the memberships, everything. You know we do it. Y'all know how we do over here, man. TaNeisha get us out here early talking all this positive, all these feelings.
Our brain.
All this nuance.
I love
we're supposed to come up here and just talk raunchy and do all the like stuff that's gonna get us kicked off the internet because that's what guys and girls do when they stream. Duh. Like, what is this, man?
So y'all want to hear about headboarding and smashing?
You know what I'm saying? I can't believe you want to have an actual show. Like, this is like weird. All of a sudden, like, oh, we're actually having conversations. Oh my gosh.
Who knew that we were capable of this? Who knew?
Like, what?
So funny. You know, well, okay, I won't say that. Anyways, so Farron Bradford 4036.
Shout out to the homie.
True that Shula and Shillhouse had subpar interviews. Is there no grace for two coaches in the playoffs? Bring them in and confirm it. I have so many thoughts about this, but go ahead.
From my perspective, I personally don't know if they had good interviews or not. I honestly never really put a lot of stock into it because it's secondhand information, right? Unless you were actually in there in that interview, you don't know what went well, what didn't go well. Some people will create narratives after the fact. It is what it is. When I listened to what Mr. Rooney said, though, what it sounded like was he wanted somebody that, number one, knew how to develop quarterbacks and it was proven. We talked about McCarthy going all the way back to Brett Favre. He's seen Aaron Rodgers from the inception of Aaron Rodgers, and then obviously Dak Prescott as well. So you've seen him have a proven method with quarterbacks. We've also seen this guy be a proven offensive mind in terms of scoring points and big wins. So when you think of all of those things in comparison to Shula or Shillhouse, you're almost comparing a proven brand like a Mercedes-Benz to a startup company where we're like, hey, man, he worked for Tesla, but he's starting up his own version. Can he come run your? It's like, yo, I don't know if I feel as confident in that compared to this brand, this coach that I know is already proven, is already established. So I look at that more so than, man, did they interview well? Did they not? And part of them being in the postseason, this is what comes with that. It's not an indictment on them. It's not an indictment on the Steelers. This is something that NFL-wise coaches complain about and teams complain about because of what we're talking about here. I can't bring you in physically because you're competing for a AFC championship, an NFC championship, or a Super Bowl. It's the pros and cons of being on a successful team. But the flip side is if I'm Mr. Rooney, how long do I want to wait? How long do I continue to wait? Because you think we're the only ones that are going to be on the bring them into interview list? No, there's other teams as well. So the longer I wait on that process, the longer I have to worry about, man, what OCs are available after the fact? What DCs are available after the fact? Heck, what is our offseason plan in terms of who we want to retain player-wise versus who we're going to allow to hit the market? I need to know. The sooner I know that, the sooner I can get to the next step, which then starts to shape me towards the draft, which then can let me know about free agency, etc. Heck, even the combine. Which players do I want to be interviewing? Which position groups am I more focused on? So I think of that more so than, man, why did we just, bump it and just pull the trigger on McCarthy without even giving these guys chances? I don't look at it like that. I just look at it as, man, when you feel like you have at least with Shillhouse, if Shillhouse developed to Mike McCarthy, he did a great job. Is that not the case? Right. So it's like, man, if I already got the guy right here in terms of McCarthy, it's like, yo, come on in here, man. I'm going to go with that. So I look at it more of that versus an indictment on Shula and Shillhouse for their interviews personally.
Right. I'm trying to say this in the best way possible.
Man, you better say it. Get it off your chest, girl. Stop trying to sugarcoat it.
I can't get it off my chest. I can't.
Ain't trying all that nice stuff, man.
I think that we need to stop assuming we know better than people that are actually in the room, that are actually hearing the conversations and going through this experience. They had interviews, and the Rooneys didn't feel like it was worth it to wait to bring him in.
Yeah.
Just full stop. I mean, they just didn't feel like it was worth it to them to bring them in. I mean, that's as cut and dry as I can say it. I mean,
TaNeisha,
if they don't feel like he's worth it, if they don't feel like they're worth it, we are the fans of their business. They're spending their money. We don't get to tell them how to operate and move their business. Now, let me tell you something. If they put out a survey that was like, hey, fans, we're interested in getting your input. What do you think? Oh, then I would share it. But my thing is like, I think so much we are so stubborn and so, what is the word? We think we have a right to own people's decisions and to tell them what to do and how to do it because we are fans of those teams and we buy merch and we go to the games and we watch the games. We don't. They can do what they want to do. And I don't understand why we think we should tell people how to interview. I've never interviewed a head coach before. How will I know what they're supposed to do? I have to trust them. They're the experts. And I feel like sometimes we forget that. This isn't a vote. This isn't an election. They didn't say, hey, go vote your best coach. Like they said, this is my organization. This is what I'm going to do. And this is what I'm going to do. And if you don't like it, then you don't like it. My job is not to aim to please you. My job is to do what I think is best for this team. That's what they did. So who am I to say, hey guys, you don't know me, but you should have just at least had him come in and waste your time again because you didn't like it the first time. Like, who does that? That's like going back to somebody that you had time with and you didn't like it, but you were like, hey, let me go back again. Maybe it's going to be better the second time around.
As a fan of you, I don't like that. And look, why'd you only get that guy one date? Okay, it was a virtual date on the phone. No, bro. I need you to go right back to Ruth Chris next. I want to see it in person, just to make sure. I know that you talk to me, you don't fit, but I don't care. All right, you supposed to go and do it in person. You be like, bro, what?
Yeah, like we don't do that in real life. Like we as people, we don't do that in real life. If somebody says something weird to me right now, I'm not going to double back and be like, oh, well, maybe this time he won't say something weird to me. No, I'm over it. I'm done. You made me feel uncomfortable. I'm not interested.
It's a weird moment. It won't be weird again.
No, I'm moving on. Like, it's weird. Like, it's just weird. And yes, chat, it's entitlement. Like, why do we feel like we're entitled to tell people how to make decisions about their businesses? We don't do that. If we don't like something, we don't go back for a round two. And if you do, we all know that always leads to the wrong thing. So first of all, stop going back for round two if round one is bad, first of all. Second of all, let's stop trying to tell people like how they should live their lives. Like, that's their business. So anyways, now I'm ranting, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like we're like, why don't they do this? Why don't they? It's not an election. It's not an election. I know it's hard to hear, but it's just not an election. So sorry. And that was directed at you because you had the comment, but really I'm talking to everyone. Like, I just want to make that clear. I'm talking to you because you gave the super chat, but I'm also talking to the multitude of other people who were in their feelings because they think they should have an opinion on how grown people should do their job. I don't get that. I don't show up to anybody's job telling them how to do their job. No, period. I'm done. Okay. Courtney Malik, 4814 says,
no, shout out to the boy, man.
I see your Bills signed Joe Brady for head coach.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Shout out there, man. I mean, they had to just, I'm assuming it had to have just happened in, but no, man, shout out, man. Joe Brady, man, he's been a part of the organization now for what 5 years, 6 years, man. He's been on for a little while now, man. Started as a quarterbacks coach. Actually, he wasn't the he was actually the assistant because Ken Dorsey was the quarterbacks coach. And then from there, Brian Dable was the OC. Dable obviously goes to the Giants. Dorsey gets the promotion. Dorsey leaves, goes to Cleveland. So Brady goes from assistant to QB coach to OC. So, I mean, the progression makes sense. And it's what gets the best out of Josh, what gets the best out of this offense, what keeps Josh from being pissed off in terms of who you're bringing in. And when you look at some of the candidates that they were talking about interviewing, there were a lot of former Bills retreads. And if it wasn't a former Bill retread, you saw Phillip Rivers pop up. Most people looked at the Phillip Rivers name like, what the heck is this? But don't look at it as what the heck is this. Look at it as, man, if I already feel like I have an elite quarterback, a guy that's a gunslinger, but I want to have some management elements to him, but I also want to figure out how to make this offense continue to click. A Phillip Rivers doesn't kill you. But the question with Phillip Rivers is, can he run the building? Remember these we were talking about, right? Not can you get to the game and can you call off the play sheet? I think Phillip Rivers can do that exceptionally. Can you manage the players, the temperament, the Monday through Saturday? That's the challenge of a guy like Phillip Rivers from my perspective. So with Joe Brady, you have at least a certain level of respect already in that building because he's a familiar voice. We've seen him grow. We've seen him, ascend throughout the organization. Yeah. I also feel like when you move on from a Sean McDermott, when there's still some tension about should that have been the GM included, this is also one of the moves that will kind of ease the internal tension that's happening right now up in the 716. But I mean, I ain't tripping on it, man. We'll see where it works, man. But we know anything surrounding Buffalo right now, it's, man, AFC Championship or better. And that's a part of what comes with those jobs. Regardless of what you're able to do week in and week out, them jobs are different, man. They come with a lot of stress, a lot of pressure, man. But shout out to Joe, man. I hope he get it done, man.
I love it. Okay, so Stella Fierce 9848 says, thanks, Dr. T, for sharing how much I appreciate Arthur. His mama did well.
Shout out. I appreciate you, Stella. You already know, man.
I love that. And then the next super chat from Farron Bradford 4036.
Shout out.
Yeah. So I also wondered how much McCarthy just said the right thing to get the job. I can imagine minimal roster turnover is appealing to the ear for management.
And is that a bad thing?
Can I say something? Right. Can I say something? How many of you have gone to an interview and you've said the right thing to get a job? How many? Literally everyone. Like, what are we doing?
Don't go in there and say the wrong thing, please. and TaNeisha, my other thing is this, right? You swear by this team, right? We're all fans of this team, and that's part of why people are upset. We're upset with Coach Tomlin and the lack of his playoff success. It wasn't because they felt like we have the worst roster and no talent at all. No, people feel as if they have a very talented roster and that they should be able to have, postseason success. So if that is the case, why would the new coach come in and be looking at the roster like, I want to have all this turnover, man? I think all these players suck. That's counterproductive to the argument that we've been making in terms of Coach T. It's like, nah, man, we feel like we have success. We feel like we got a roster. So it shouldn't be a ton of turnover. It shouldn't be, man, 30 people no. Might change this guy and that guy, but it's like, other than that, it's like, no. And please say the right thing. If you get hired for saying the wrong things, who's hiring? Let's talk about that. Shit.
Yeah, I need to go apply for that job because I know one thing. If I joke all the time, if I was in a head coaching job situation, I was in an interview, I wouldn't even know the right things to even say. So at least he knows the right things to say.
Hey, Lola, how do you start the conversation off? And the other thing is this, man, knowing guys that have been through the interview process, it's more than just, can you talk it? What's your presentation look like? What's your PowerPoint game? Like that right there is coaches that never get a chance to coordinate or be the head guy because they don't know how to create PowerPoints with pretty bubbles, nice X's and O's. So that way, if I'm the player, but see, so as a player though, right? As a player, I need to be able to visually see this as well as hear you say it and take it to the field and walk it out. So if you can't visually make this clear where it's, bullet points, man, highlights here. Hey, it's at a good font so that way I don't have to stress my eyes out too much. Man, if I'm spending 30 minutes just trying to understand what one play is because you didn't do a good job of explaining it because your PowerPoints and your pictures look like trash, you can't lead. You can't be here. Right. That's a whole. So once again, we're talking about being the. It's like, it's so much more little stuff like that goes into this. We don't even think about the playbook. We don't even think about that's. Oh, it's on the tablet. How did he get to the tablet? Somebody has to draw that up first, man. Somebody had to create that first. Then we get that. Somebody had to go through all them little rules. Hey, man, when it's 3x1, check this. When it's 2x2, check that. When it's pro, check this. When it's slash, somebody has to make that pretty for a guy like myself because if it looks like trash, I'm throwing it back. Hey, bro, this ain't good enough, man. No, this ain't gonna work, bro.
Right.
TaNeisha, you got a PhD. You imagine why you were studying for your PhD if the text, if the right is, you're just like, bro, what is this? You're like, I don't care how smart you are. What is this? Yeah. This is unacceptable. That also comes with being a head man. Yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing is too, I want to say to Fahrenheit Brady, because he mentioned the chat. He's like,
did you call him Fahrenheit?
Fahrenheit. Clearly, I can't read. I can't read. Sorry, Fahrenheit. I can't read Farron. I am so sorry. Okay,
that's funny, yo.
I can't understand English.
It's funny.
I need you to know that yes, it was just a question, but I need you to understand that like this is a bigger. Let me say this, and you feel free to disagree with me. I think sometimes people forget, like, yes, we're on YouTube, and yes, we're answering your question, but we're also talking to everybody. Oh, yeah. And so if you ask a question that is going to be a broader conversation, we are going to expand it to a broader conversation. So it might have sounded like I'm coming down on you for asking the question. I was answering your question, but really I'm talking to everyone because you're not the only, everyone's like, why didn't we do this? Why didn't we do this? And it's like, at some point we have to stop telling people how to do things and just trust that they know how to do it. Yeah. So that was my whole point. So it's not against you per se. I mean, I'm calling you Fahrenheit. I mean, I kind of like Fahrenheit. That's kind of cool, but Farron, because I cannot read. So just wanted to say that to bring it together. It's not about you.
And for me, I'm biased. I get checks from Mr. Rhodey, so I don't like none of yins. All right, if you was a fan, I can't stand you because I remember everybody between the fire coach tees, between the man, I'm gonna pay for this side. I don't care. All right, one bad apple spoils the whole bunch. Okay, were you in the car when the McDonald's was robbed? You ain't had I do not care. Were you in the car when the McDonald's was robbed? Okay, so all y'all in there to me.
I love it. I absolutely love that.
All right, so just so y'all know, all off season, I just so y'all know.
There we go. So Kenneth Moses 200 says, will McCarthy hire a real OC or an OC in name only? What's the difference? Who would you consider a real OC as opposed to?
You know how it is. Once again, this goes to the man. If I really want to hold somebody accountable, who do I get to point and shoot at? That's all this is. So we get it. Man, you're OC by name. Okay, cool. Kellen Moore, he was OC by name until he became a head guy, right? Brian Schottenheimer, he was OC by name then, right? It's whatever narrative you want to paint. It's the Terrell Austin, Mike Tomlin. Who's calling it for real? Is it Keith Butler or is it Mike Tomlin? Is it Dick? It's like, bro, they all gonna be in this thing as a collective together. Why? Yeah. Because if me and you are doing this thing, we both want this team to succeed. And if I feel like, man, I got certain concepts that I know work, I'm also going to make sure that, hey, if this is my ship, I'm going to make sure that I'm hands-on in that space. And that's not a negative. Because once again, TaNeisha, if you're the head, right, and this is your thing, and all of these people work under you, and you feel with conviction, man, I know what I need to do right here. You're not going to do it. You just go sit back and just allow it to happen just for the sake of what? That doesn't make a lot of sense from my perspective. And that's why we say no pride, no ego. This question to me, and I don't want to, I'm sorry, Kenneth, that I'm giving it to you like this, but you heard what I said, right? I'm biased, all right? One bad apple. You weren't the bad apple, but you was in the car, okay? So since you was in the car, I'm sorry, okay? But to me, I just look at it like, man, McCarthy is going to do what he does. McCarthy calls plays at the same time. He's going to allow his coordinators to coordinate, but there isn't a negative. They should work together. They both should have input. They both should feel confident and know what, man, how are you thinking this scenario? How are you thinking in this case? Man, are you an aggressive guy here? Are you a scheme guy here? Are you trying to trick him here? Are you trying, like, I need to know. I want to know. And I hope that those two guys, whoever the OC is, he has that relationship with them, regardless of who it is. Because like you talked about, man, when we go down the list of names, was Kellen Moore a OC or was he a name? But when we look at Kellen Moore getting a head coach job, it's like, well, you tell me. What would you call him then? Right? Brian Schottenheimer. What would you call him?
Well, you know what this is setting up for? All this is setting up for is if we get
hold on. Could have said he was driving the car. He's silly. He was just in the car. He was driving the car.
You know what? I respect that. Respect that. I respect that 100%. I think too that everyone is already just looking for their scapegoat. They're trying to figure out who.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Because now Coach Tomlin's gone, so now it can't be Coach T, right? Because you can't blame Coach T, but somebody is going to try to latch on to something that is Coach Tomlin that will still need to blame Coach Tomlin.
No. TaNeisha.
I know it's gonna happen.
This is I've already seen it, and this is how it's gonna come off.
What is it?
When Bill Cowher left, he left Coach Tomlin with the Super Bowl tee. When Coach Tomlin left, he left this tee with no quarterback, no plan, no this and they be like, all right, bro, however y'all need to spin it, man.
Okay. Yeah. Like I knew it was coming, right? Because we always have to do that. It's like, what are we doing? And I don't even know. Yeah, I don't even know. Will McCarthy hire a real OC or an OC in name only?
Yeah.
I mean, that could be the same person. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, some of you all wanted head coaches that have never been a head coach. So did you want a head coach that was a real head coach or a head coach in name only?
And if Shieldhouse was the head coach, would you want him to actually call plays because he was the passing game coordinator and that was the thing that made us excited about him? Or would we want him to actually hire an OC and he just delegate?
Right. But is Shieldhouse, is that how you say his name? Shieldhouse? Is he is he a real OC? Or is he just an OC
he's never been an offensive coordinator. But he's never been
head coach.
Yeah,
he's been a real head coach. Or would he have just been a head coach in name only? Yeah. I'm trying to just understand the qualifications, but it's like, again, that's how we try to make sense of the world around us.
Yeah.
And it's like, we've got to just do better. I feel really whiny today, but like we have to do better.
Not that. But you can even make a case that even with both of the names that we're talking about, Shieldhouse and Shuley, you can make a case that Shieldhouse is a passing game coordinator, but is he really when Sean McVay is the head coach?
Right. So is he a real OC or is he a head or is
he
an OC
name? You see what I mean? Yeah. Like I look at that part, it goes both ways, man.
Yeah. And the other thing is too, is the more I'm in this space of football, sometimes I could just get so whiny. And I'm like, you guys, why are we doing this? Like, we don't even know the answer. Like we're already complaining and we don't even know the answer yet.
But remember, if you think of it from just the thought process that we talked about when we rewinded it back, right? You said, man, early on when you first receive it, it's like, man, I'm just gonna lash out. I'm just throwing whatever out.
Yeah, but we haven't received it.
But we have in the sense of McCarthy is the news. So for you, right? Your thought was, man, this sucks, man. What are we doing, right? So for the fans, I think like the chat, they don't get a chance to like, how we keep having conversations, how we keep deep diving. They don't always get that either. So it's like, man, I think that they still are kind of in that whole reaction of, bro,
they're trying to make it make sense.
What the heck? Yeah, what the heck? And for them, they get information from there. If they only exclusively tuned into us, that would be different, right? But that's not the case. It's a free world, man. You tap into anything across the spectrum. So you're going to hear a lot of different people pull you in a lot of different ways, a lot of different messaging. And I think that that's also what we see. And we're just like, yo, wow, they're right here. Why are you panicking like this already? Why are you tripping? But if you're a person that is like, yo, I don't know who to turn to. I'm going to turn to this person. He said, man, we suck. Fire it, sell the team. This person over here telling me, nah, Super Bowl. This person over here is like, yo, man, we mediocre still. Oh, I hate this. It's like, where do I go? Oh, man, now they telling me I missed out on this guy, but then I'm watching this defense give up all these points versus Sam Darnold, and you telling me that Chris Shule should have been the guy that we hired. I'm like, you catch what I mean? Whereas for us, we like,
so it's like me and you, overload.
Yeah, whereas me and you, we're real centered. We know exactly what we're looking at, and even if you may not know exactly the stuff that I know, you're still getting it dang near firsthand because how often me and you talk. So it's like you're getting an understanding. So I think that that's the part that for me and you, we just feel and see it very differently. Whereas they're like, bro, I don't talk to us like that. I don't get them. I have questions. Okay, I'm gonna chat. You might only answer one of my chats for the day, but I'm gonna chat. It's like, I dig it. I respect it, bro. So that's my understanding of it. So that's why I get y'all.
And you know what? And you know what? Thank you for that. You see how this is happening in live time, how I'm hearing understanding, and I can understand that. That actually makes a lot of sense. I think too, for me though, sometimes it's like we're reacting to things that haven't even happened. Like I don't respectfully, I'm not worried about who the Steelers are going to hire right now for OC because why? Because why would I be worried about that right now? And there's nothing I can do to change it. They're going to hire who they're going to hire. I get to react to it. But again, it's not an election. I don't get to vote on it. So that's why for me, I'm like, we're so worked up. And it's like, why are we so worked up? We can't change it. They're going to hire who they're going to hire.
Some people feel very comfortable riding on the back of a motorcycle. Some people will never trust anybody enough to ride on the back of a motorcycle. And I think that that's for fans. It's like, Yo, some people have trust. Some people could believe. Some people can have zero control and just, you know what, man, I'm in it. Let's roll. Others, they're like, nah, bro.
Yeah.
No, bro.
Oh my god.
Can't do it.
Yeah. And again, like this is my first off season too, where I've had a new coach, where I've had to experience this, and maybe just it's my bad, everyone. My bad, because I'm just not that person. I can't panic because let me tell you something. Like, I'm a middle child. Once I panic, everyone is panicking. It's up. Like, if people are like, oh, she's worried about this, we're all worried about this, because now we all need to panic. And so for me and my nature, it's just I can't get there, because I'm like, I know. So it's weird to see it happening in real time when we don't even know anything. We just don't know anything.
Right.
And shout out to you, Apollo. I saw your comment. Yeah, shout out to you.
That's the beauty. Shout out to everybody that's here today too, though, man. We do appreciate y'all rocking with us, man, from the heart.
Yeah,
but so this is fun.
Make sure you hit that like button, because I clearly Moats here he's a Steelers legend.
No. We also have
communicating with me in a way that I understand. You know, let me tell you a story. Let me tell you how you're a good listener.
Okay.
Let me tell you how you're a good listener. You're able to hear me speak, and then you're able to communicate back to me in my language. That is top tier.
Okay.
And it is exactly what I would expect from a guy who has 16.5 sacks in the NFL. Okay. Who has 136 solo tackles, I think. So you are absolutely fantastic. And I'm saying this in a joking way, but guys, I am dead serious. I'm being honest here for a second. If you ever want to like understand the beauty of communication, I think it just happened, because I feel like so many times we say things and nobody's helping us on the back end to kind of be like, okay, well, I kind of think it's this. And you're kind of like, okay, I kind of get that. Oh, okay. It's just different. I'm just not that type of person. Okay. I understand it. And that is the beauty of this, is because you're teaching me about the fandom that you've experienced, because I'm not that type of fan. So I'm having to learn through you about how this works. And I'm learning along the way. So I'm like, everybody's panicking. So
I'm sitting up here like, I've unfortunately, you know, when you were like, this is your first time experiencing this transition to head coach, I'm like, some of us have been through the fire a couple of times. All right. This is hey, man. All right. Some of us, it took a long time to get that stench of the smoke off of you. You know what I mean? Like, we've learned how to endure, how to walk through and maneuver. And it's like, oh, that's the calmness that you see. Whereas, if you never experienced it, you're like, bro, the house is on fire. What are we
That's what
doing?
it feels like.
And I get it. It's so real. Like, what did I say? My first time going through it, I had similar sentiments as well. Yes. But it changes, man. Yeah.
And I think too, it's because and you're right. It's like, I don't have this experience of panic. Like, I'm just not that person naturally. So when I see it, I'm like, what's wrong? What's happening? Is everything okay? And it's like, no, they're not okay, because they're panicking.
Right.
This is not okay. Like, why did we hire McCarthy? Why did we do this?
Think about it. When people are uncomfortable, when people, feel a little bit off, man, their reactions also mimic that. Their reactions become a little bit off, a little bit more extreme, one way or the other. Right. And it's like, man, for some people, they fall into that, man, it's doom and gloom. Others overcompensate. Everything is perfect. Nothing can ever go wrong. And then you got the ones that are like, yo, it's probably in the middle, right? I just think that, man, for everybody, they're going to have their natural responses to that. And as long as you stay in the fight, you got a chance. And I think that that's the beauty of how I approach it, right? Where I'm saying I'm always starting at the top of this thing until you show me, until I experience the negative, I'm here. Because why would I start down here? Whereas for you, you said, man, I'm here and I'm going to build it up. It doesn't matter where you start as long as you're in the fight, as long as you stay with it. And that's the thing that we say, man, when you're watching the team play, man, we lost in September. Did the team stop playing because they lost a game in September? No, you stay in the fight. Did we stop showing up to games because they lost in September? No, we stay in the fight. Right now, you get to October, same situation, man. You won some, you lost some. You don't quit. You stay in the fight.
That's fair.
Even to the point where, like you said, you win the 10 games, you get the division. It's like, you stay in the fight until you're out of it, until you can't fight anymore. And that's the approach that, we like to all have, because that's the only way to be successful. there isn't going to be a time where, hey, TaNeisha, we're just going to wait till it's all smooth and then we're just going to ride that smooth way the whole way. No, it ain't work like that, bro.
Yeah.
That's not realistic.
And two, like I can appreciate people having feelings and needing to air that somewhere. It's not that I don't appreciate it. It's just that sometimes I'm like, I don't understand where it's coming from. I guess that's my thing. So it's hard for me to wrap my head around it because I'm like, where is this coming from? Why are we panicking? What is that? Did we make a hiring decision and I didn't see it and now we're panicking about all of these things? And so that's why for me, I'm just like, where is this coming from? But it's actually kind of, I will say, and I can't wait to actually watch this on playback because there's so many things happening right now where I'm like, and even the chat, some people are like, we're going to be fine. This is a great hire. It's safe. It's comfortable. And then other people are like, this is terrible. We're awful. We're never going to, and it's like, is everything okay? Nothing's happened. Like, so,
and only in this space does a proven success be viewed as a negative. Only here.
It's crazy.
Think about that. There isn't a scenario.
Do you want a new brain surgeon operating on your brain, or do you want a brain surgeon that has done 1,500 brain surgeries
and has won an award for being the best brain surgeon before? He's won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Only in sports. That's what makes it funny to me. Yeah.
And it's just my perception of how I view things, which is fine. I'm okay with that. But I'm just like, can we just take a deep breath? I understand. Be a little worried, be a little bit panicky. But once we start telling people how to do their jobs and stuff like that, because you know what it actually triggers for me is when I hear people call players trash. I hate that. I hate listen, there's players that I don't think are elite, but I will never say a player is trash. I think that is so extreme. And I kind of hear that. And that's what it's like nagging at me. I'm like, can we not tell people how to do their jobs? Like, you can say you don't like it. You can say, I don't agree with it. You can say all these things. But when we start to question somebody's ability to do their job that they've been doing successfully, that bothers me. That just bothers me. So that's like the point where I'm like, let's not do the trap. Let's not go that far. But I get it. Anyways, let me get the super chat. And then David has commented and I want to comment back to him because he's telling me about his.
We got your boy Fahrenheit back in the bed.
My boy Fahrenheit. Listen, Farron, I am so sorry. Okay. I am sorry that I cannot read. I am sorry that I am illiterate. That is my bad that I could not read your name correctly, Fahrenheit. I'm just kidding. Farron, the good news is for you, Farron, I will always remember you. Okay. You will be remembered in my brain. You're etched in there, whether you want to be or not. So Farron Bradford 4036 says, Moats, the bike been swerving for some years and taking wrong turns. Yeah, I'm nervous on the back. LOL.
I swear, I dig it, man. Trust me, I dig it. But once again, when you look at it,
that was a good
and comment. I love the comment. Shout out to you, Fahrenheit. All right, shout out to you. But what I will say is this: in the 6 years, though, if you riding that bike, it's been a lot more of the destination getting you closer to where we want to be versus us crashing and flaming out. We said, man, 4 of those 6 seasons, of the last 6 seasons, 10 plus victories, not this 9-8, 8-1 nonsense that people try to project on, this squad. Also, when we talk about, how it could get better, the thing that we've all complained about over those 6 years has been 2 things: playoff success and offense, right? Well, we know this is the guy that has a ton of offensive success, but then this is also a guy that has more playoff success, right? Because when we bring up Coach Tomlin, everybody gets such a narrative with this postseason record. It was 8-11. Has he won a Super Bowl? He's been to 2, 1-1. Yeah, all right, but just still the last 7 years. It's like, all right, cool. So at least with McCarthy, he's 11-11, guys. All right, so it's a better postseason record. He also has won a Super Bowl. He's also been to, I think, 4 AFC or NFC Championship game appearances as well. So, hey, man, he checks boxes that we have had unchecked for a while. So that's another thing, man, in terms of why we, even though the bike is still a little crazy, it's still not all the way off the rails just yet. We not over in the grass and we looking at the road like, bro, why are we on this side? It's like, no. And this dude, this on leading this, he got like the professional get up. Like you look at the sponsors, he all sponsored up because he's decorated. He's done this for a while. It's not that new guy where you like, bro, is that even regulation? Like, do you even got the right uniform on? Is that gonna work? You sure that's a helmet that's safe enough, bro? You sure you should ride this with no helmet? You just seen somebody do it before, and that's why you. All right. Cause the OG, he got the Harley. He pulling up with the big boy, you know what I mean? And he's chill. You on that crotch rocket over there with no helmet talking about watch me work. I'm like, bro. So
that's a good point.
Shout out to you though, Farron. All right.
That's a good point. I love that. I absolutely love that. That's a good analogy. I think the other thing is too, and I want to comment on this because it's one of those things where we're already thinking about 10 years from now. Where is it? I can't find it. But well, we all know that he's not going to be here in 10 years from now. Okay, 10 years from now. Will there be a coach in waiting? Will we be here in 10 years? I mean, like, what are we doing? I mean this with the most respect in the world, Kenneth, but like, I mean,
as long as we win Super Bowls every year up until those 10 years are up, it doesn't, I mean, we'll be fine. So we're going to win the next 10 Super Bowls. And then when he leaves, we hire whatever coach you want to hire. All right. Yeah. Whichever coach I want to hire, we just bring him in because we'll have 10 Super Bowls in a row by then. And that'll take us up to 16 total Super Bowls. So I ain't even tripping about 10 years from now because we're going to be a 16-time Super Bowl champion organization by then. And Mike McCarthy, he'll surpass my favorite coach, Mike Tomlin, as the greatest coach of all time because he's going to win 10 consecutive Super Bowls with his hometown team. I'm speaking it into existence. That's how I see it happening. So, yeah, in terms of the coaching, heck, it could be Terrence Garvin by then. 10 years from now, 10 consecutive championships. TG going to take the show there. And TaNeisha, you're going to be the GM. You'll be the GM also, okay? Because 10 in a row, hey, who cares? Like, we're here. Let's do it. That's how I look at it, man.
Yeah. So what if he's here for 10 years and he wins 10 Super Bowls or wins 5 Super Bowls? Do you care if there's a coach waiting? Like, I don't even...
And Kenneth, since you plan on being here, which I plan on being here as well, we should also plan on winning the Super Bowls then. Because why would you plan for your life to be positive but not plan for the team to be positive? Because if you're alive in 10 years, that means you're positive in some capacity, right? You ain't a doom and glooming for yourself, so don't be doom and gloom for the squad. That's all I'm saying. Unless are you planning on checking out of here in the next 5 years? Are you planning on checking out of here in the next 2? No, you plan on being here for a while, right? So I plan on McCarthy being here for a while then, all right? The same way you plan on going bankrupt in the next 5 years? No, so I don't plan on McCarthy having a losing season in the next 5 years. I don't plan on McCarthy losing 8 games the next 5 years. You don't plan on having a car crash or anything tragic in the next 10 years, do you? All right, so I ain't planning on that happening for the squad either then. That's just how I look at it. Apples to apples. While we go for our life, we could be positive. But for the squad, no, that don't count. You serious, but the black said, I plan on being here. I see it. So if you plan on being here, baby, plan on being successful the same way for the squad. Then that's all I'm saying. Yeah. Because what's the difference? What is the difference? Yeah, what's the difference? Like,
So okay, that's interesting, and
I love it.
Yeah. So there's another super chat, and then I just want to ask you the quarterback question on if you have a preference on who you want to be the quarterback for this team, and then we can end on that. So let me do the super chat. So, hey Moats, Julian Hernandez 2676 says, "Hey Moats, just wondering with Mike Mack, Mike Mack, okay, Mike Mack, does the quarterback market open up a little bit? Kyler Murray or Trey Lance or Zach Wilson outside of Rodgers or Howard?" Oh, that's a good question. Like, would he bring? Would he bring? That's a really good question. What say you, Moats?
For me, man, I like this a lot, and it actually does piggyback to what we were actually about to talk with. The preference, young quarterback versus old quarterback, because Howard we obviously say is the young guy, right? Never thrown a pass in an NFL game, preseason included. But then you look at the other side of it, man. Aaron Rodgers, we know that's the super retread, the guy that McCarthy has had since he came into the NFL. Then you look at Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray could fall into the Sam Darnold conversation. He could fall into the Daniel Jones conversation. We're seeing him at his first stop right now. But what does that look with a change of scenery? What does that look with a proven mind offensively, right? Trey Lance, Zach Wilson, not as much Sam Darnold because they haven't given us the floor that Sam had at least showed you with the Jets. But the one thing that I will say is this with Mike McCarthy, I feel confident that any of those guys can have success under him because of the quarterbacks that he's worked with. We've seen him work with the Brett Favre. We've seen him work with the Aaron Rodgers. We've seen him work with the Dak Prescott. Those are three very different quarterbacks stylistically. But the one thing that when I look at Kyler Murray and I look at Trey Lance and I look at Zach Wilson, they all have similar athleticism to Dak Prescott, to Aaron Rodgers, even to a Brett Favre, right? When I think of a Will Howard, man, we know that he projects athleticism, but his style is more Big Ben, right, with the frame. But all of those guys do a good job of extending plays. Now, the decision making is where my question comes in, and that's why I look at McCarthy, and it's almost as if he simplifies it. And by simplifying it, it allows guys to play faster and make better decisions versus just trying to solely say, I'm a great athlete, I have a great arm, and I can figure it out. Figuring it out at this level leads to a lot of turnovers. Simplification leads to production. Justin Fields, Arthur Smith, prime example. Justin Fields in Chicago, figuring it out. High risk, high reward. Justin Fields in New York with the Jets, high risk, high reward. Justin Fields with Arthur Smith, super simplified. Man, we got the handcuffs, the training wheels on him. No, what did you see? Production. His cleanest play ever at this level. Proven system. So that's the thing with McCarthy that I look at and I say, man, I think that any of those guys, it does potentially work with. My preference just of this group, I like Kyler Murray. I've been a Kyler Murray guy. For some people, they don't like short quarterbacks. That doesn't bother me because the game, from my perspective, isn't played directly between, the pocket. How often do we see quarterbacks have to extend plays? How often do we have to see guys get out the pocket? Can you escape? Can you create throwing lanes? Kyler Murray, to me, has a natural knack and a great ability of doing that. And if I can actually pair that with the same style of offense that I was watching Dak Prescott thrive in, I think Kyler Murray could also have similar success. So that's kind of how I look at that thing. But, shout out to the OG. And it's going to attract offensive people, though, because it's the offensive-minded dude who's proven. That's you continue to hear me say it over and over again. Players are attracted to proven. Players are attracted to this guy knows what he's doing, because if you know what you're doing, that's going to get me closer to getting paid. If I'm going to a person that's never done this, a person that doesn't have a track record, there's uncertainty with that, man. And this is your career you're putting in this guy's hand. A Mike McCarthy is no different than going to Sean Payton. You feel good about him and his overall acumen of quarterback development, of production on offense. That's just how, you look at those guys because they've done it for so long.
That's very interesting. Yeah. Players are attracted to people that are proven. Interesting.
Because
I think that's,
if you're risking your career.
No, it makes sense.
You're not just putting your career with somebody that's never done this, that is trying to figure it out. It's like, bro, it's a short career already. I ain't trying to waste a year or two with somebody that doesn't even know what he's doing.
Why it's so weird to me that players and fans are just completely different. That's what I'm struggling with. I'm literally struggling with the rationalization of that because it's so weird. Because it's vastly different.
Yeah. We live on two opposite ends of the spectrum with this thing, man. Seriously.
I'm struggling to quantify that because
it's certain people that will never take a chance on college just because he's short. And it's like, bro, we could pull up every clip of this dude at this level, college, heck, even high school. It's like, man, we're going to pull up the 6'3", the 6'4". And it's like, yo, that tape don't even look close to this, man.
I mean, that's fair.
I'm like,
this is kind of like, I feel like I need to sit with this because
can you play? Can you ball? Yeah. James Harrison never plays if we strictly base it on the analytics of height and weight. He never sees the field. Shoot, I never play outside linebacker in the NFL if it's solely based on height and weight. If we're all looking at, man, he's too short. It's like, bro, no, it can't be just that, man. But we've seen him produce. We've seen him it's not like I'm talking about a kid coming out of college. It's like, I've already seen him produce. I've already seen him lead. I've already seen him have success here. Now, we got questions about the maturity part, but shoot, man, we had questions about a lot of people maturity. We got questions about a lot of people about, man, can you stay focused? Can you stay locked in? And that's why I look at organization. And since I have the experience of being out there, that other organization as well, like, hey, bro, you would really benefit from the Steelers structure. I'm just as a guy who's been there. I've walked those halls. Okay, I've stayed in that hotel in Glendale. Okay, I know. I'm a Tempe guy. All right, shout out to Scottsdale. All right, I'm familiar. Okay, Pittsburgh help him out.
Yeah. I feel like this whole show is like about me figuring out what I think and feel, because it's like, it's so weird to me hearing you talk and hearing some of the things that you're saying, because it's completely different from how I feel as a fan. But I like logic and I like reason. And I think your logic makes sense and your why.
But that's because you have a PhD. Sense. That's because you're super duper smart and you're a doctor. Most people don't have PhDs and are doctors, so they don't care about that. You know what they hear? They hear bias. They hear he gets paid. Yeah, I don't hear any bias so they hear, man, Moats is always going to spin something positive because he just has to, because he's paid to say this. So that is why. He's like,
that's interesting. Bro. I just hear experience. I hear experience. Like, so for me, I mean, to me, it's like listening to an elder. Like when my grandma says something, I'm like, wait, what? You did a how? What do we need?
Did you grandpa me? Did you call me granddad?
No, I said my grandma.
You said it's like talking. You said it's like talking to an elder.
Because I
like
said
we're in the church. Is that elder? That's elder Moats right there.
See, I gave you all that hurt my heart. For listening to me, and then you didn't listen to me.
I did listen.
All that credit, and then you didn't listen to me.
I totally did. You said talking to me is like talking to an elder because of the
not
experience.
What I said listening. No,
like
I said
it's my grandmother.
Similar. I said it's very similar to like when you talk to your grandma, because it is like certain people have different experiences, and you're like, I like to listen to the experience, but if you want me to call you Grandpa Moats, I will. Like, if you want to be Grandpa Moats because of experience. No, hey,
I got called uncle the other day. I'm like, yo, what's all this here, man? I told you these little grades be popping up every once in a while. TaNeisha, don't have a TaNeisha grade pop up over here, okay? All right, I got grades for each of my kids and it popped up. I got a Steelers grade over here. Don't give me a TaNeisha grade. I don't want a TaNeisha grade, okay? I'm good on that.
Compliment. All right, that was a compliment, because people should know me. I love my old people. Like, those are my people. I love old people. Like me and old, like, I always like to think I'm an old soul, man. I will sit and listen to an old person talk for 4 hours and I will soak it all up. Give me all of it. They're so unfiltered. They do not care. They do not apologize. No, I'm like, tell me all of this information. Download on me what you think, what you feel, your situation. I need to understand it. So I love it. And I think too, it's challenging my assumptions, and I love being challenged in how I feel. Yeah. I love being challenged in how I think. Yeah. And I feel like that's happening for me because I'm like, I don't know how I feel, and that's okay. Yeah. Because it's kind of like, ooh, let me sit on this. I don't have to react to this. I can actually, I don't know, maybe Thursday I'll know how I feel. But today I'm kind of like, that's a really good point. And I never would have said that. So that's why it's like, it's interesting, because my perspective is I want something easy and sexy and fun, but that's not always the right answer in any situation, by the way. So yeah, I don't know.
Let's go.
Now I don't know how I feel. I'm tabling this conversation. I'm tabling this quarterback question. You can ask me again later.
I just love how like we're seeing like the entire processing of everything.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, she's working through it. I love it.
Yeah, because it's like my head is telling me something. My head is always logical. Very
her mind's telling her no.
Yeah, what is being told? But my heart is saying, but I know what I want to see. I know what I want to watch. I know what I want to tune into every game day. And those things are at conflict. And it's at conflict because you're giving me more information. You're data dumping. And I'm kind of like, that actually makes more sense than what I was thinking. So I love that. Anyways, so sorry. I feel like, listen, this has just been a therapy session. So I probably should just tip you at some point and be like, thank you for giving me therapy. Because it's interesting. It's just an interesting perspective. Because as a fan, I want my team to win every single game. I want us to win every single game. I want us to do everything right. And I want us to do everything perfect. And I want to feel good about every single thing that's going to happen. Unfortunately, that's not reality. And I have to decide what I'm okay with.
See, that's the thing, though. It is reality in the sense of that mindset and that belief. Players share that same mindset and belief. The difference is this. We understand and we already accept the fact that, hey, a loss can happen. That is a legit reality, and we have to be okay with that. Whereas for the fan, because of that belief in that mindset that we should win every game and that we're supposed to be a Super Bowl champs and this, the defeat sometimes I feel like is harder for them to accept. It's harder for them to swallow that. And that's why you'll see such crazy reactions after a loss. But then those same ones with the crazy reaction after a loss are the loudest and most passionate the next week when we win. It's because of, man, I can't just, how do I just handle that? How do I just drop off like that? Whereas for the players, like, yo, we understand, yo, I'm a skilled marksman. That's a skilled marksman as well, though.
Yeah.
If we shoot each other 10 times, yeah, I'm going to hit him 10 times, but there is a chance that he can also hit me 10 times, all right? If I can wiggle enough, great, I get up out there with the dub. But there is a reality that, hey, man, I could get hit 10 times, realistically. Like, and that's just the thing that we accept going into it. Whereas I think that that's the hardest thing to really accept. How can it be 100% confidence, but also fully understanding and accepting of, yes, man, a failure could happen. You could go out there and lose today. But in my mind,
also, though, failure. That's why also, though, when I watch football and guys are getting hit and knocked off their spot and one guy goes down in concussion and somebody guy tears his ACL and the trenches gets tough and all these things together, I'm sitting at home being like, I don't want no part of this. How do you play this for? Oh my gosh, are you guys okay? Like, I'm nervous. But the players are like, no, it's game time. Like, this is it. Like, the game has started. The first hard hit has happened. Game on. Yeah. And again, it's just a different spot to be in. And it's weird for me to be here, but I kind of like not knowing. And I'm going to say the super chat and then we'll end the live. But I wanted to say something to just learning again. Hey, you can actually go find him. You can actually learn how to go find him. So good luck with that.
Oh, hey now.
So, for James super chat. Hey James, I hope you're doing well.
What up, Dr. James? He called the other day. Ran the homie Skicker, man. One time for the culture, man. Let's get it.
I see you. I see part of your PhD must be in psychiatry and mental. Thank you. And then much appreciate you and Moats always keeping our collective off the edge and jumping. Can't wait to hear and see what's said at 2 p.m. Peace.
It is
the press conference.
Yeah.
And my PhD is in adult community and professional education. So yes, there's a part of me where yes, I am very fascinated with the adult mindset and how we use our brains and how we do get educated in situations. That's why I love this.
I'll play it with it. And that's why I enjoy it, because I already know I can't outsmart you. I can't out-articulate you. And it's just fun. It's like, oh, this is a challenge.
It's like tease my brain. Like, and as bad as that sounds, I mean all of it. Like, tease it, because that's what I need. And I do have a bachelor's in psychology too. So I do understand the human brain, and I just like human dynamics. And so for me, that's why, and I think that's why too, it's such like an honor to kind of come up here and be able to kind of be in this space, because I think the expectation of fans is that we have it all figured out, or that we like, and we don't. I'm showing you that. Like, I'm showing you that I don't have it all figured out. I have feelings and thoughts, but I'm okay. I can change my mind if I get more information, but I also doesn't mean that I'm going to change my mind if I get more information, but I'm willing to listen. And I think if we're more willing to listen and try to learn, then I think it helps us. And that's what I'm trying to do. And that's why I'm like, I'm all over the place. And I love that because I feel like I'm learning. I'm uncomfortable in the best, most comfortable way. It's amazing. So,
you already know I always compliment you on this. I love your questions. I'm like, you always got fire questions. All right. So keep the fire questions coming. I'm here all day.
Let me. Okay. I keep saying we're gonna end on the super chat. Okay, I'm gonna end on the super chat. I promise. Julian Hernandez says Miss T and Moats. Another one. It's Jay, by the way. Oh, why is everybody changing their names?
I'm about to say, God, man, what's going on, man? Hey. Anywho, what's the word?
Yeah. I do see this team making drastic moves, i.e., trading away defensive pieces for more offensive weapons. Ooh.
So let's talk about it like this, right? So a drastic move is very different than a mass overhaul from my perception. And what I mean is this. Yes, if you trade away TJ, Cam, or you trade away Patrick Queen and Ramsey to fans, that is a big move. Oh, but is it a mass overhaul? When I'm still going to have 80% of the same defense out there with maybe the addition of, 2 to 3 different people. That's for me the difference when we're just saying mass overhaul, because I've been places where you have experienced that mass overhaul and it's like, bro, everybody in here looks dang near different right now, man. but it's a different vibe, and it's still never going to be the extreme like you're seeing in college right now. College is like where you really get the mass overall. God. Man, 60 new people in your squad. You're like, hey, bro, this is weird, right? Mm-hmm. But you're not experiencing. I don't see you experiencing that with this change. I do see, man, you're going to shift some things because it makes sense. I mean, you've done 5 years of one side, of defense only, right? In terms of the money over there. So now you're going to switch over and try to invest on offense, try to invest in a younger receiver, right? Maybe a proven receiver as well. Maybe you're looking at the quarterback position. You're saying, I don't want to go Rodgers, but I don't want to necessarily go all in on a young rookie unproven. So I'm trying to bridge that gap. Those are all the things that I see us tweaking and making adjustments and making moves with, but I don't see this. Man, we're gonna look at this roster and say, who are these 7 guys starting on defense for us right now? Like, I just don't believe that it's going to be that type of change coming.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And like the fun part is we get to see. Like, we don't know, and then we get to judge it. I know. So I mean, let's see what we call drastic. Mm-hmm. Maybe drastic will be our new offseason word, and we'll be like, was that drastic? I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. I mean, because if Rodgers doesn't come back, is that drastic? Probably not.
Like to me, trading Minkah Fitzpatrick for Jalen Ramsey was drastic. That felt loud. Drastic. Us signing DK Metcalf, drastic. Us trading GP, drastic. That didn't feel like a mass roster overhaul to me, though. It didn't feel man, even with a new quarterback and new wide receiver one, it still didn't feel like a mass overhaul. It was just like, yo, those are the 2 new dudes, but it's still more. You still got the whole lot. You still got the same receivers that we know. Like, that's, just kind of how I perceive it. But like you said, man, that's the beauty of this time of year, man. Nobody is necessarily wrong, man. Just throw it out there, man. Speak it with conviction, formulate your argument, and let's see how the chips fall.
Yeah. So, anyways, we will get off this live. So thank you to everyone.
Are you sure? Are you sure you want to get off the live right now? Are you sure?
You leave me alone right now.
I mean, just let me come. Just ask it. Just let me know. Maybe you know.
Oh, here comes a super chat. Let's talk about it.
Well, there's one more thing I just want to talk about real quick. That's just freaking ass, man.
If you've enjoyed me getting my brain teased on live and going through all of these different feelings and emotions, because that's how I feel like my brain is actively working. And for those of you that don't know, I love this. I love when my brain is active, working, and turned like this is it. Like this is peak me. And so I love it because now I get to work through it and I get to do all of those different things. So thank you for that. Second of all, David, keep us updated on the game.
Yes, floorball, man, because the tournament got rescheduled, man. Yeah.
Yes, I heard that yesterday. The tournament got rescheduled, so you didn't play, David. Mm-hmm. We are waiting for your update. So whatever you have an update, let us know it. We want to know. So keep us in the loop. And shout out to everybody. Don't forget to hit the like button on my channel, Moats' channel, everywhere you see us. Anytime you see us, hit the like button. Do all of those amazing things. Also, Moats is he's really putting on some content lately. So if you like that content, make sure that you hit that button, hit the like button, leave him a comment in the comment section. I am also in the comment section.
Look, and I'm trying. All right. I'm a work in progress. Okay. I'm a work in progress. I'm one day I'm gonna have all these little buttons checked off. All right.
You're doing so good.
All right, it's a work in progress, guys.
Yeah, so that's all I have to say. Rod, I see you. Thank you. Yeah. So I will end on you.
Emojis in here as well, man. Shout out to Rod, man. Show of love, man. Shout out to the congregation. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to TaNeisha as well.
Look at Tom. My short notes. I'm just
there.
Saying.
It is. Hey, look, man. I'll try my hardest. Okay, I'm just a young guy just trying to get it in one day at a time. All right, which is a small little outfit over here, but we just gonna keep fighting. All right, like the little train, the little engine that could. That's who we are. Okay,
with a going and going. That could. I love it.
Chuck.
I love it.
All right. But other than that, though, man, shoot, y'all stay safe, stay warm, man. Shout out to TaNeisha and her Instagram as well, man. She booming. All right. She booming. So make sure y'all show her love over there, too. All right. I ain't going for it. She up there. I see the growth. All right. Just know I see the growth. I see you.
Mm-hmm. Is this what we're doing on this live right now?
You said final words. I just gave my final words. So I'll say final words.
All right. Thank you for all for being here. Watch Moats on the exit here as whatever. Bye, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you very soon. Okay. You see that improvement? We got to improve perimeter. You see these borders improved? You see, he's improving. He's a starter. He's a starter, folks, for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
You're funny.